Hey, my name's Rachel Andrews. Welcome to Everyday Athlete. Well, you catch me out and about for a stroll, and as per usual, I'm clad ready for a swim. I've got my goggles at the ready because I don't want to put them in my tow float rucksack. I find it easier to carry them that way, and I've got my wetsuit boots on because I don't want to have the hassle of having to deal with shoes. So on this week's video, I wanted to take a look at how to reacclimatise myself to swimming with my face in the water. Now, I've had to stop there for a couple of seconds because I just thought I'd let you know that this has been a bit of a struggle. I'm wondering if I've got like a lobster face, because although I checked out the temperature and it says it's 8.8 degrees in here, it's a long time since I put my face in that temperature. So getting started was really difficult there, and it took a lot of willpower to make myself continue. It was really difficult getting back in and putting my face in the water, and I wanted to share with you what I learned and the strategies I took to try to manage that. Warm weather is most certainly on its way though. I've seen quite a lot of lizards' tails. I'd love to say I'd seen an actual lizard, but all I see is their tail as they sizzle off into the undergrowth. But they're out basking in the sunshine. So you might think I'm in a bit of an odd place to be doing some front crawl training in a river location where there's quite a bit of flow and not in open water. Well, this weekend there are some fairly strong easterlies, and apart from being freezing, it also makes for rubbish sound quality. A bit like the sound coming from up there, I guess. So I'm going to be swimming against the flow a little bit in here, just to try and get some footage so that I can explain what I've been up to try to acclimatise. Well, bit of flotsam here. I'm going to try and collect that as I swim past. I'm hoping it'll get caught in that tree there and I can grab it, because I hate to see bits of rubbish floating in the water. It'll also make quite a good vessel for collecting rubbish in. How annoying. Before I actually get into the water, I wanted to share with you a couple of my equipment secret weapons for putting your face into cold water. So the first one is some earplugs. So I use the Zog's aqua plugs because they're really soft, only cost around about £5 or £6, and they just sit nicely in my ear and keep all of the water out. Really important for trying to keep your head a bit warmer. The next thing is I'm going to wear two hats. I would either wear a neoprene hat and a bright one, or just two of these. And what I'm going to do with those is I'm going to bring them down as close to my eyebrows as I can, and I'll let you be the judge of that because I don't have a mirror, just to try to minimise the amount of my skin that's going to come into contact with the water. So it's all about trying to maximise heat retention when you put your face in the water, because I'm trying to avoid the dreaded ice cream head or brain freeze. I'll go into that in a little bit. Well, here goes. As you can see, I've got my hat all the way down to my eyebrows. I'm hoping it won't interfere with my goggles, but I'm going to give it a crack. Bit muddy getting in, so let's see how gentle and slow this progression into the water actually is. Right. Feels like this might be pretty ungainly. I'll let's give it a go. Straight onto my arse. Whew, straight in. Mud all over me. But we're okay. See if I can get my goggles on first though. Whew. So goggles on. First thing I'm going to do is just get my body used to the temperature. I'll set my little timer on my watch. I'm going to just drift here for a minute. I don't want to put too much. I don't want to give my body too much to do, just so that I can have a swim. So I'm just drifting about here. It's not as cold as I thought it was going to be, so that's good. I can already see my rubber dinghy, so I'm going to get that first before I get involved with my face being in the water, because I don't want to swim over towards all those bushes and not be able to see what's going on. Okay, got it. Right. How about I put my toe float inside it? Let's see if I can tie it out like that. Seems to be working so far. Oh. Yes. Okay, now to pop it on the side. Whew. I'm going to do some swimming in this area here, and I'm going to try and get my face in the water. It's not as chilly as I think it was last week, but also there's not too much wind chill, so that really helps. There are several stages to this. The first one being getting in and acclimatising, which is what I've done. And I've also got as much skin as possible on my head covered. The next bit is going to be gentle introduction of my face into the water. So really feeling those cold receptors going, and the vessels constricting, and it's the fact that they spasm because it's such a shock, the change in facial temperature and kind of head temperature, that causes brain freeze or ice cream head. So I'm trying to minimise that by just doing a little bit of swimming, a few strokes, and then a bit of breaststrokes, then a few more strokes, then a bit of breaststroke, and I'll try and ramp it up a little bit more. I guess maybe I should also explain why I'm bothering. Well, I like to do outdoor swimming for both appreciation of nature and really seeing the seasons change. I absolutely love that, but also for fitness purposes. And I like to set myself a challenge by entering into a long distance swim once a season. And this year that happens to be the Jubilee 10K, which is now luckily in September, so giving me plenty of time to get going. But I do like the challenge and incorporating swimming into my fitness plan. Let's be honest, it is my fitness plan. So that's why the urgency to get my face in the water to start actually swimming any distance. Better get back to it. So I am getting a bit of that ice cream head. So what I'm doing to try to counteract that, because it will only last a maximum of probably 4 or 5 minutes, is I'm placing the tip of my tongue onto the soft bit at the top of the roof of my mouth while I'm swimming, just to give a bit of heat there. I don't know if it works for swimming. It seems to work for me, but it could be a placebo. But it definitely works if you're eating an ice cream and you suddenly get that searing headache. Wow, this is quite a bit of fun, but quite chilly on the head at the same time. Right, time to head off, head back, rescue this out of the waterway, and maybe pick up some rubbish along the way. One football collected. Oh, and here come the paddler boarders I saw earlier. What a treat, being able to have fresh popcorn on the riverbank. And I even remembered to bring a little bit of salt along just to pep it up a bit. So nice. Any other ideas for what I can cook on there? I'm all up for it. Nigel Kitchen, thank you so much for the idea of the sieve popcorn, because that worked a treat and is definitely going to feature in my repertoire again. If you've enjoyed this week's video, please give it a like and drop me a comment, and also consider subscribing to my channel. There's lots of stuff on outdoor swimming on there, and I'll see you next time. Bye!